Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm going to do a reading for Saturday, September 27th, 2025. And as I shuffle the cards, I'm just trying to get an idea of what the overall feeling will be tomorrow. And if this doesn't resonate with you, then please move on. I just did a couple readings for my parents. It's my dad's birthday today, so I was able to give him a birthday reading. And I had to keep it very general because he doesn't like it when I talk about specific things. Which, why? I don't know. So, anyway, here I go. Oh, someone's having a celebration. We have the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands. Something good is happening for some people. Finally, right? It's time for something good to happen. Like, we really need that. Let's get a couple more cards out. Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles. We're really kind of learning to build our foundations. We're celebrating all that, so far, things that we've built, our foundations. And really kind of evaluating how things have kind of started to kind of come together, so to speak. Like the Three of Pentacles, it's not very far into the Pentacles suit, but it's still, you've still got good foundations. Like you have a solid ground. And that's worth celebrating. We have the Four of Swords. And that's really just kind of interesting. It's like are we celebrating too soon? Are we oh no, I don't think so. Because we have the Six of Swords too. So I just needed a little more clarification. So we're celebrating our foundations because we're leaving this behind. This Four of Swords energy. We're finally moving on into something that's better for us. And so, strong foundations, we've left stuff behind. Good. And we're determined to leave this old habit behind us. Like, it's not a good feeling because it's an old habit that maybe doesn't serve us anymore. So we have the Chariot. And I think, yeah, like we're extremely determined to really leave all of this behind us. We have the Nine of Wands. Again, we're leaving stuff behind. We're almost at an end. We're leaving stuff behind. things that we don't really like about ourselves, or things that we don't like about what we do or how we do something, or certain people we're leaving. And the Nine of Wands is really just like, you know, you're tired of this responsibility to others. You're tired of this having to kind of carry the burden of others. And so we have the Knight of Pentacles. See, he's leaving something behind. Like, what is it that we're leaving behind, right? Like, it's just the same message over and over again. Like, I think the Knight of Pentacles, like, he's really, I guess all the Knights are really just about forward motion and momentum, but like I always say, the Knight of Pentacles on this card, he does not want to be there, and the horse doesn't either. So they're just, you know, they're doing an Irish exit. Like, let's get out of here. Like, come on. Like, I think because their values don't align. I see. So your values don't align with what other people are doing. So that's what you're leaving. We have a Tower moment here. We've been getting this card quite a bit lately. So this is gonna, like, shake up the foundation of everything that other people have believed in you, or what their view of you is. This is going to, like, completely change that. And, you know, you're going into something better. You're going into this King of Wands energy that is really, like, decisive and focused on what you really want. But I still don't understand, like, I feel like this is just pretty vague. It's not very specific. We have Justice and the Moon. Here's Justice, la justice, and the Moon, la lune. In a way, it's kind of validating ourselves by kind of moving into this King of Wands energy. We're getting justice for ourselves and allowing ourselves to really think about what it is that isn't exactly shown to others that we want to do. So it's kind of about, like, really looking inward, focusing on the unknown of ourselves, kind of going into that deep kind of subconscious. We have the Fool, right? This is a new adventure into the depths of our souls. This is really just like one of those moments where you're like, screw everyone else, I'm doing what I want because it's, you know, it's going to make you happy, right? So kind of go into it with a childlike wonder. Just go head first, right? It's just, yeah, like, really kind of go without abandon. Yeah. So many major arcana. We have Death. So we're leaving things behind. Again, it's the same message. And it's just, we've transformed, while, you know, other people are still down here. Like, you know, other people that we used to people please, like, we eat them for breakfast now. So, go us. Because we're completely different. We've totally transformed. It's a time of transformation, this, you know, kind of embarking on this new journey with the Fool card, and then kind of ending up in this sort of transformative state. Yeah, and we have the High Priestess. Like, how many? That's 5 major arcana cards in a row. Like I said, with the moon, it's really about going into those hidden depths within yourself and really realizing what it is that you want, what really transformed you, and figuring out how to make yourself happy in the end. 6 major arcanas. Temperance. This is a big moment for a lot of people. This is just kind of go at your own pace. Go with the natural flow of your body and what you think is right for yourself. So really kind of learn from the land, learn from other people, and learn from yourself too. Because once we look deeply into ourselves and the unconscious and the subconscious, it just, everything comes to light, right? So, let's see what else we've got. Right. Like I said before, we're building strong foundations. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Look at everything we've done for ourselves. Look at the fruits of your labor. You know, we started off with, like, having to go, like, flip-flopping back and forth, like celebrating and looking at your foundations, but also kind of changing your mind a little bit, and then just kind of moving through some process, and then look at where you are now. We have the 7 of Wands next, and this card is really just about, like, a lot of okay, so it's about, like, restraint, I think, because other people won't see where you're coming from or why you're doing what you're doing, and it will require you to kind of, you know, hold back from others for quite a bit, because other people won't understand what's going on with you, and it doesn't, you know, you don't have to answer to anyone else but yourself, really. So kind of, like, safeguard what it is that you're doing in this instance. I know, like, you know, the 7 of Wands is really kind of like, it's not really the greatest situation to be in, but at the same time, it's a lot of, like, kind of holding, you know, your feelings close to yourself. So it's really just about kind of self-preservation at this point. I'll pull one more after this last one, so 2 more, and then I'll do a top and bottom read, and then I'll do an oracle read. think I'll do my Woodland Wardens after this. So, we shall see. Okay, so there is a peace to be found. We have the world. Again, the end of an old cycle that no longer serves you. And we have the Six of Pentacles. So you're really kind of learning to go by your own way and like do things on your own time and not other people's time. And just kind of really focus on what it is that you want to do and bring yourself happiness that way. So for the top card, we have the Ace of Swords. Again, a new endeavor into something new that you haven't, you know, thought about before. This is kind of like a thought child, if that makes sense. And we have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. So the Queen of Pentacles, like, she is very much into, well, I guess all the queens are very much into nurturing and loving. But this Queen of Pentacles is really kind of like looking at her success, not just material success, right? But also like her value system. Look at where she is. Like, she's probably, you know, she's the most successful woman person. And I just knocked half of my deck off the table. But yeah, she's the most successful person in the deck because she's willing to look at her values and really analyze those values and really bring that together in a warm way. She's very like warm-hearted, and she's not really about like money so much. And I don't like reading the Pentacles as like monetary means, but I do like to read Pentacles as more values, and you all know this. But like with the Ace of Swords, this is also just like a lot of new ways of thinking about things. Just kind of reorganizing your thoughts, reevaluating how you do things and how you think about things, and just moving forward from that to being someone that you can actually, you know, live with or like, you know. So I think that it just kind of, it comes together in the end, like flip-flopping in the beginning. And in the beginning, I don't know if any of you noticed, there was the cards 3, 4, 3, 4. So that was kind of an interesting situation. At first, I didn't realize that, but yeah. So now I'm going to do an oracle reading about this using my Woodland Wardens deck, because I love this deck. It's been really useful to me lately and helpful, and I hope it's been helpful to you too. So, here we go. Let's see what the Woodland Wardens have to offer as 5 cards fall out. Okay, so I feel like I've paused and started this video at least 10 times. Yeah. Just kind of, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm getting an idea of what the Woodland Wardens have to say about this situation. Oh, I see. Okay, so we have the Hound and Pair, and that means loyalty. So with this, it's like loyalty to whom? Yourself, right? So take care of number 1 first. It's actually the first time I've pulled that card. Oh, okay, okay. Next we have the Marten and Foxglove, and that's about mischief. Have a little fun, right? Like, we had the 2 party cards in the beginning, right? The 3 of Cups and the 4 of Wands, right? Have a little party. Celebrate you. Do what makes you happy. Oh, that's cute. So we have the otter and cattail, and that means peace. So you found some sense of inner peace by doing what you love and following that sort of inner sense, that inner wisdom and intuition that you know you've always had, but have been unable to follow until recently or now or whatever. And it's just something that, like, you know, have fun, have mischief, you know, be at peace with yourself. And what did I say? It's all about following your inner guidance and your intuition. We have the Bat and Hellebore. That's about intuition, right? I think it's Hellebore. So yeah, it's about following your intuition, really kind of listening to that kind of light inside yourself saying, like, hey, like, I have a little idea, like that small voice inside of you, like, that you've kind of pushed down a lot, like that's really kind of your intuition telling you, like, hey, don't do that anymore. This is what you need to be doing. Like, yeah, so we have the Elk and Ash, and that means strength. So interestingly, ash is what Vikings used to use for their ships. I think they weren't actually called Vikings. They were called Ashmen or Northmen. And the elk is very well known for being a very sturdy animal. Like, it can withstand very cold temperatures, and just it's very elegant too. And so it's kind of like that inner light, that like inner strength, that quiet strength that you have, that maybe not so prevalent to other people, but it's there. It's definitely there, because it reminds me of something I saw on the show Wednesday, where she and Enid flipped bodies or something. Yeah, spoiler alert, right? And so it's just about, like, when Wednesday and Enid are at the grave of one of Wednesday's ancestors, Wednesday tells Enid that she appreciates her quiet inner strength, and that's what we have. That's what all of us have. And it's what gets us through the day and allows us to sleep at night. So I really think that strength is not necessarily physical strength, but it's also internal strength as well. And that little piece of yourself that says, hey, like, you can do this. So, yeah. Also, I wanted to say something about, like, this deck, is that it reminds me of cross-stitch samplers a little bit, like the artwork. and just the flowers too, because in Victorian England or UK, women would cross-stitch these samplers or use embroidery, and they would use flowers to mean certain things. So they would use the flowers, like, and they all had different meanings. Like heliotrope had one meaning, ivy had another meaning, roses and carnations had other meanings. So I think that's like kind of, or mostly what this deck is based off of, and I really love that. And you can see it in like old samplers from like the 14 or even 1500s, where, you know, when women weren't encouraged to express their feelings, they would cross stitch or make these samplers to really kind of tell their friends how they're doing, in kind of like a subversive, well, not subversive, but kind of an I guess underhanded way, because who knew? Like men wouldn't know what flowers meant, like, but women did. So like, you know, lavender meant something else, and it's just like all of these flowers could mean something to someone, and I think that it's really kind of a nice touch to this deck. I mean, I didn't know that flowers and embroidery and cross-stitch samplers were such a huge sort of niche history kind of area, but I kind of love it, and I like that it's so different. But anyway, that's my little soapbox rant. That's all I have. Have a good night, everyone.